What is up, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to another trade recap. These executions are not real executions, they're on paper because I took a paper trade. But I took one real trade today. It was a loss, 1R. Super aggravating. Um, and I'll touch on why it was aggravating. I really wanted to overtrade, but I knew that it was always best to follow my rules, and all that jazz. So, going into the day, I was leading bullish just because of the 1 hour. We had a 1 hour change right here, and then opened up a fair value gap, tapped into it, then displaced higher, opening up more fair value gaps. So I wanted us to just retrace essentially. And then we had these perfectly equal highs that still have not been swept up here. So I wanted to see some type of retrace going into the open before continuing higher. So at open, we just pump immediately. And this is essentially the Judah swing before we dump. I didn't take any shorts here because we left equal highs up here. We did have an SMT with this high. However, I didn't think it mattered because I thought this was going to be the draw for the day here. There was a short that played out. We tapped into this 30-minute on NQ, and then we had a change in the state of delivery and an inverse fair value gap up here. I just didn't really like it. Obviously, it did play out, but I just didn't like it because on the 1 hour, the 30-minute gap got inverse right here. And I thought the cleaner setup would be if NQ came up, swept out this high, formed an SMT, and then we could have got a short from that. I thought that would have been a really good play. But that never happened, and we left equal highs. So I'm fine with not taking that. So what ends up happening is that short plays out all the way down to London and Asia lows. Asia lows being this low right here. So then we form an SMT with Asia low. We also tap into OTE. Let me mark this out. Oh, I drew it wrong. Let me draw it out better. OTE here. So that's why I looked for my play. The idea was correct. The execution was not. I was way too zoomed in. I took a 30-second entry without any higher time frame confirmation. I also just think the 30 seconds a bit lower probability. When I back tested this model, all the best entries presented themselves on the 1 minute or higher. So from now on, I'm just going to avoid taking the 30-second. Because what ended up happening is I took this 30-second, I got instantly stopped out, and then we got the long, as you can see here. This long did end up being a break-even trade. I took it on paper, but I still think it was really good. I would have went break-even as this internal high up here got swept because I'm just not sure if price is going to reject off of this or not. Obviously, I'm bullish, so I'm expecting this to be inverse, but you can't predict the market. You can only react to what it's doing, right? So that's when I went break-even on paper up here, and then got stopped out at break-even. So that it's really that. I mean, it's obviously really aggravating and frustrating that I got stopped out here, but I mean that is basically my fault for entering a bit prematurely and not waiting for the 1 minute confirmation. And yeah, and the interesting thing is the other day I was like, okay, 30 seconds seems low probability. I should maybe just avoid it. And then today I was just so focused on the long making money that you know I didn't really think about that. And what ended up happening, I got stopped out instead of just focusing on taking good trades. Because it's funny because I got immediately stopped out and we got a long that would have been a break even, which means I wouldn't have lost any money if I just waited a bit, right? So yeah, that's really that. I mean, there's really nothing else to say. It was right idea, wrong execution. should have been more patient, should have waited for the 1 minute change in the state of delivery and the inverse fair value gap, and it would have played out really well. I even could have just scaled out at 1R if I really wanted to, but yeah. So going into next week, main focus is just going back to only trading the AM because I've taken 2 PM trades this week. They've been losers, and after reflecting, it's just like, okay, I'm just overcomplicating things way too much. Like all I have to do is just really show up between 9:30 to 11, Monday through Friday, as long as, it's a good trading day according to the economic calendar. And if the model shows up and it aligns with the narrative, then I take it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out and I step away from the charts. And I just gotta stick to the 1 minute. That's really it. So going into next week, I'm just gonna be focused on only trading the AM, and I literally am removing the 30-second time frame from my favorited, so I can't even take it anymore. And I will be sticking to 1 minute entries and above because that is what the back tested data says is the best. So yeah, and it's really interesting because on back testing I have a 70% win rate, and this month has been my hardest month so far in terms of trading. I've had like a 48% win rate at like 1R, so I'm literally break even on the month. It's definitely taken a mental toll in terms of psychology, just in terms of the stress. It's not fun being break even 20 days into the month, but that's just trading. I have to remember that. I have to remember that, over a long enough period of time, if I'm taking good trades, then this won't matter. Next month could be a banger month. It's just the probabilities really, and just letting the probabilities play out over a long enough period of time. And that's really all I have to remember. So just know that if you guys are having a tough month, you are not alone. Because this month has been bending me over and spanking me basically. But yeah, that's really it. The trade idea did end up playing out partially. Never swept this high. This was my target that I wanted to see. I just got stopped out early, entered a bit prematurely. Um, and the main lesson is just to stick to the 1 minute and above and continue to only trade the AM session. And yeah, that's really it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you guys in the next one. Oh, I am so sorry if the screen is all messed up. I just moved it a bit on OBS, but okay, yeah, it should be fine. Yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day.